Hello, I'm Angelo, a filmmaker in Los Angeles, and I'm interested in applying to work at film studios or places where film production takes place or is somehow related to work. In the past year or so, I've worked on about 15 productions, 2 feature films, the rest short films. A lot of production assistant work, some grip, gaffing, AC, AD, a lot of art department. I've worked table saws, circular saws, power drills, hand-powered screwdrivers, hacksaws, utility knives. I have steel-toed boots. I was a bouncer for 5 years. I washed cars. I was a videographer. I take it upon myself to learn whatever I'm doing thoroughly so that I understand it on an unconscious level. I learned video editing. I've studied Spanish. I've been studying it for 12 years. It's learning new words that is frustrating in Spanish. It's like I get to 6 or 7 words I don't know a day. I'm like, oh, come on, man. That's a lot of words, but puedo aclarar las lámparas en tu carro y cambiar el aceite. My pronunciation's pretty good. And speaking of that, I can do mechanic work on cars of my coworkers. I've acquired tools to do that and learned a decent amount of knowledge. Now don't go all, oh, Angelo's gonna do free work on my car. I will charge a very reasonable rate to work on your car. And nothing like a lot of newer cars, not so much. I can't really do that because they got like 100 computers in them. And like a Mercedes G-Wagon, if I got a bunch of rich coworkers, you gotta reset a computer just to change the headlight. But older cars I can work on. I get up every morning at 4:30, exercise hard, I limit what I eat, I'm very clean, and here's the big surprise, the big bombshell. I sleep in my car. I've been doing it for 2 years. I shower in the street now because the gyms are closed, and I use water bottles and body wash, shampoo. I do it all. Cut my own hair. I floss every day. I clean my car a lot. And as it gets colder outside, it's even more important for me to keep showering in the street. So I like the discipline. I have a lot of enthusiasm. I'm a very hard worker. I'm used to 12-hour days or more on set. Not that I anticipate a lot of jobs will do that, but I've also done like 24-hour, 30-hour days when filming my own productions. Just look at the most popular videos on my channel. You'll see. Somehow managed to survive just being scrappy, with my wits. During the pandemic, when there's barely any film work, I just kind of sniff out any work I can get. I'm good at approaching people, making relationships with people, making them feel comfortable around me. I can work when I'm hungry or tired. Don't get me wrong though. I want to sit down for an interview with employers, and part of the interview is me interviewing you, finding out what your workplace is like, what the culture is like. How do you handle situations where you think, well, somebody's being unfair, or somebody speaks up about something, or taking shortcuts at work. I don't care for that. Living in my car is not a shortcut. It is in a way, but it also involves a lot of work. But I moved into my car when I was living in Northern Virginia almost 2 years ago now, October 31st, 2018, because it was the only way I could really pursue filmmaking. Quit my job, have some money to be able to devote to filmmaking, focus on my own YouTube videos, and with the connections I made in LA and the entertainers and filmmakers I wanted to work with, I realized everybody I want to work with is out here. So I drove across the country to do it. I didn't really take a day off as much as possible, even after my car was destroyed while I slept in it. I couldn't lift stuff for like a month, so I did have to turn down a few jobs, but as far as was I going to quit? No, never. It wasn't even a consideration. There's no option. It's like, good, I'll keep going. 'Cause I'll do what the next person can't do. I try and keep my mind sharp so I can focus on the job and separate worries and concerns from what needs to be done and what's best for a workplace. I traveled for about 2 years doing videography and editing. And I will live in my car as long as I have to. But you would never know it unless I told you. Because I still take care of my appearance. I still, bathe every day, get up real early, work hard, make the most of every connection I like to give, and so that for the few people who I really connect to, you can be nice to a lot of people and get along, but few people you really get along with, you realize, oh, okay, we can really do something for each other. So that's how I've partly been able to get through this shutdown, this pandemic, by being open with offering stuff to people and then getting much more in return. Somebody let me use their closed down business as an office for 6 months. Work on my laptop, edit videos, and they did that partly because, unknown to them, I was a fan of theirs for years, and when I met them, I just immediately offered, hey, if you ever want to work on videos, let me know. And eventually I worked on their first videos in years because they had taken a pause on it. People say my enthusiasm, it just connects with everyone. It's literally like 7:20 in the morning. I've already done like a 45-minute workout. I have not eaten. I had a cup of coffee. I'm gonna eat oatmeal. And you don't gotta worry about me. I'm good. LA area, especially in the valley, but I'll work other areas. Like Burbank area is good. North Hollywood, Tahunga, San Fernando Valley, those areas are pretty good for me to work in because they're closer by. But I'll go, further for a good job. Employers, let me know if you're interested, and we'll talk. You can interview me, and I think you'll be quite impressed.